Welcome back to the class, students. So last classes we have discussed about essential elements of nationalism. In these classes we will discuss about the importance of nationalism, what is merits and demerits. In the sense, what are the advantages and disadvantages we will discuss. Okay, merits in the sense what are the uses, okay, advantages, and what are the demerits, means what are the loss, unuse of nationalism. Okay, now we will go forward. First we will discuss about what are the importance of nationalism. So nationalism role is very important in world affairs. Every national countries plays very important role in the world affairs. So first important thing, when we are talking about the importance, nationalism is very important. Okay, so nationalism is very important because many that is not only important in national level, but nationalism is important at international level, even though that is very important in world affairs. Last 2 centuries, if you see, nationalism is not only inevitable, but also that is act as a creed. So inevitable is nothing but which cannot be avoided. So last 2 centuries, if you are talking about 2 centuries, 2 centuries in the sense 200 years, last 200 years when we are talking, the concept of nationalism is not only important, not only it is important, inevitable, means which cannot be avoided. You can't be avoided easily. Nationalism should not be avoided. We cannot avoid also. Okay, we can avoid in another concept, but without having nationalism we cannot be avoided. So nationalism cannot be avoided in the sense inevitable, and also last 2 centuries nationalism cannot be avoided, it is inevitable, and also it act as a creed. Creed in the sense a set of beliefs. Whenever the people have any belief, then that is called as creed. So nationalism has become the set of belief in the last 2 centuries. Everybody in the world who are living in various parts of the country, they have these types of creed, they have these types of belief upon the nations. Okay, every person have these types of belief, and this is very important to shape the world. This is very important to shape the history also, to shape the world and to shape the history and to shape the country. What is important? Nationalism is very important. So the importance of nationalism is, so since from the last 2 centuries onwards, that has become inevitable, and also that has become a creed, a belief, a set of belief to most parts of the world. And if you wanted to shape the history, or if you wanted to shape any country, the concept of nationalism is very important. Okay, next we will go forward. Nationalism has greatly inspired and helped many people. Nationalism, that concept has greatly inspired many people from liberating and to achieve independence, and also from the oppressive rules. Okay, nationalism is very important. When you are talking about French rule, French Revolution, okay, when we are talking about French Revolution, what we have discussed, see, in this French Revolution, nationalism plays a very important role in France, and because of that, what they have did, they have overthrown the oppressive rule. During that time, when we are talking during 19th century, 1780, I am talking about 1784. So during this period, the French was under the control of Louis XVI. Louis XVI is the ruler who has ruling France, but the people were fed up with the Louis XVI because he is an oppressive government, and every time he will oppress the people by collecting huge amount of tax. Then what the people have did in 1784, the people have boycotted Louis XVI, they have overthrown the government. The people of France, they have passed a national parliament and national assembly, and they have given power to themselves. How these all things were able to happen? Because of nationalism. So the word nationalism is very important because it have helped the people, it have supported many people in liberating from the oppressive rule and to achieve independence. The feeling of nationalism is very important. Okay, so in this French rule we have discussed what we have discussed in 1794. There was a emperor Louis XVI. So Louis is a title which is mainly given to the, Louis is just a name, and these types of Louis titles we can know in France. Most of the ruler of France have Louis as a title. So Louis XVI is also one of the king. So he was very oppressive. He used to oppress the people by collecting huge amount of tax. The people during that time, they are unable to pay the tax, because during that time it was most of the crops were completely failed. So instead of decreasing, he used to increase more tax during that period. So third estates, the member of French People what they have did, they boycotted the meeting, they went and they have formed the assembly. 1791 they formed assembly, and 1792 they made a constitution, and after that they given power to themselves. So this everything possible because of nationalism. If there is no national sentiment, I think you cannot able to fight with the oppressive government. The sentiment of nation is very, very important. Whenever if you have any sentiment to do something for the country, or if you wanted to do something for the society and the people, so that sentiment is called as nationalism. That is very important for development. So that's why here it was written that nationalism have greatly inspired, and it has greatly helped the people from liberating the oppressive form of government and the oppressive rule. So this sentiment is very, very important. Okay. So national sentiment is very important. Next, when we are talking about any other factor, if you see that nationalism is very important in deciding the factors and breaking, okay, the empires and the state, etc. So nationalism is very important in any other factors. Okay. So in modern states we can find, okay, modern states are, we can find many modern states were created based upon the concept of nationalism. When we are talking about First World War took place in 1914 to 1918. After First World War, after the end of the First World War, many new nation states were created. How they created? They have created from the empire. Most of the new states were created from the empire. For example, Russian Empire. Okay, after the First World War, Russian Empire was there. Okay, after Austria-Hungarian Empire, Ottoman Empire, Greek Empire. So all this empire was ended. After the First World War, all this empire, Russian Empire was ended, okay, Ottoman Empire was ended, Greek Empire was ended, Austro-Hungarian Empire was ended, Italian Empire was ended. So after the First World War, all the empire was ended and republic was declared in these countries. Whatever the countries the empire was ended, in this country the republic was declared. So this is only possible because of nationalism. So because of nationalism, that is a key factor, that is one of the powerful factors. In this, what they are doing is, whatever the states are there, empire, so they have changed the empire into the nationalism. So nationalism act as one of the powerful factors in breaking down the empires and into states. So all the empires were converted into states by declaring republic, and their nationalism was formed. Okay, we have discussed in the First and Second World War, there are many empire was there. Apart from this, there are many empire. Ottoman Empire, that is one of the powerful empire. Greek Empire, almost all the empires were there up to the First World War. But after the end of the First World War, the people have protested in this country. In these countries only the people have protested, and by that protest, what the people have did, they break all the empire and they converted all the empire into republic. For example, Russian Empire. Russian Empire was mainly responsible for the people revolts. So the people have greatly inspired by the sentiment of nation, they have overthrown the Russian Empire, and there the republic was declared, and this republic and everything was declared in Russia because of the sentiment of nation. So that's why it is saying in the second para, nationalism is very important in breaking down all the concepts and all the factors. So converting the empire into state, nationalism is very, very important. National struggle is also very important. If you see, nationalistic struggle is very important for the contribution which are drawing and redrawing the map. Suppose if you wanted to create drawing and redrawing, in the sense, whenever if you are creating a new nation, that is called drawing the nation. From that nation again, when you are creating one more nation, then that is called redrawing. Okay, nations, now in this third point, what it was saying, that in the First World War, before First World War, the political map of Europe was quite different. Here German Empire was very big. During that time the German Empire was very big, French Empire was very big, but after the end of the First World War, new countries were formed, new maps were drawn and redrawn. So German Empire, which is very big, the German Empire was divided into two parts, one is Germany and one is Poland. So new country was formed from the Germany. So the map of new empire, new states were created, okay, created. So that is mainly because of sentiment of nation. So nationalistic struggle is very important. Because of the nationalistic struggle, these contributions can lead for drawing and redrawing of map. Okay. At present, if you are talking about, at present, most parts of the world, most of the states are nation states. Now if you see in most part of the world in the present day, we have more than 196 countries. Okay, in these 196 countries, whatever the states are there, most of the states are there today. At present, whatever the states are there, there are the nation states. Okay, this nation states was first originated from the Europe only, because the modern nation states, based upon the principle of nationality, the modern nation states were mainly found first in Europe, and slowly it was spread among all the parts of the world. So that's why it is saying that Europe plays a very important role, and whatever the modern ideas of the nation states were first developed in the Europe, and slowly it was developed in almost all the parts of the world. Today if you see, almost all the parts of the world have accepted nation state. Okay, nation states means we discussed the states in which one country, okay, they should be having one type of people, one language, one religion, one culture. That is the exact definition of nation state. For example, if you are in Europe, if you are going to the western part of Europe, there you can find one language will be there, one government will be there, one language, religion, one culture, one custom. So that's why that state we can call it as nation state. So at present, if you see whatever the world modern states, most of the modern states were accepted their principles based upon nation states. Now what are the, now in this topic these are the important of nationalism. So nationalism is very important to develop the country. Nationalism is very important because that is act as a base for every democratic country. So for every democratic country, if you see, nationalism act as a base. Nationalism is very important for achieving independence. Okay, nationalism is very important in liberating from the monarchy rule. Nationalism is very important to develop the country. If you wanted to develop in the field of technology also, nationalism is very, very important. Okay, so that feelings are very important. So these are nothing but importance of the world. Today if you see most of the modern states, these all states were formed based upon the principle of nationalism. Now we will discuss about what are the merits, what are the importance, what are the merits of nationalism and demerits we will discuss in this topic. First merit of nationalism is it remove the differences. Okay, nationalism means I already said there will be no difference. If there is no differences, then only these types of feeling will develop. Whenever the feeling is developing in nationality, differences automatically will be removed. There will be no difference. If in a country have one language, one religion, one culture, if there is no difference among culture, if there is no difference in the religion, if there is no difference in any other thing, then normally what will happen? That state can be called as national state, and automatically the differences will be removed. In any states when the differences are there, then we cannot call true sentiment of nation. So nation states merit is, even though if the states have different type of demerits, so if you are inculcating the feeling there, so automatically the differences will be removed. Okay, in every nation states are responsible, they will decrease, nationalism will decrease the differences among the people. This is one part. Okay, so here we are learning about nationalism. So nationalism is very important. Whenever the country will develop this types of strong sense of nationality feeling, then normally the differences will be automatically removed. Okay, now person animosities. Person animosities is nothing but hatred with each other. When you are hating each other, that is called as animosities, angry. So whenever you have personal animosities and hatred, then that type of feeling automatically will be removed in every nation states. Okay, so in every nation state that type of feeling automatically will be removed by the nationalism. Internal feuds are nothing but internal disturbances and fights, internal problems we will say. So if any internal problems will be there, this nationalistic feeling can able to decrease the internal problems among the people. Whatever the internal problems are there regarding any other issue, if you wanted to decrease that internal feuds and internal problems, then nationalistic feeling is very important, nationalism is very important. Okay, nationalism is very important to decrease the feeling of internal problems. Okay. Next, promoting unity. So nationalism can able to promote strong sense of unity among themselves. Normally unity will automatically develop in this country. So nationalism will develop the unity among country. Integrity. What is meant by integration? Whenever the different peoples are living in one country, so that is called as unity and integrity. Different groups of people are living together. So different groups of people who are living together in one nation, that is called as integration, we'll say. Okay, integration means different groups of people living in one nation. as a unity, that is called as integrity. Sovereignty, you know that. Sovereignty is nothing but the country which can be independent in taking any type of decisions either internally and externally. So nationalism is very important in achieving unity, integrity and sovereignty. So if you wanted to achieve the unity, integrity and sovereignty, what is important? Nationalism is very important. So nationalism can able to decrease the internal problems, nationalism can able to develop the country, personal animosities will be there, that can be reduces by the concept of nationalism, and personal differences or whatever the differences will be there, that is also can be removed by the feeling of nationalism. And that's why nationalism is very important, because it will promote unity, integrity and it will promote strong sense of sovereignty. Okay, unity, integrity and sovereignty. Apart from this, here if you come, nationalism, they will obey the rules. If you have a feeling of nationalism, it will make the people to obey the rules. People can able to obey the rules if they will develop the strong sense and the feeling of nationalism. Rules can be obeyed easily. Sometimes the nationalisms can help in achieving the progress. If you wanted to achieve the progress, nationalism is very important. Whatever the progress may be, technology. Now take an example, China. China have and Germany have the strong sense of nationalism. Germany has strong sense of nationalism. Because of that sense only today, German has become one of the industrialized country. Okay. So nationalism, sometime if you see during the Second World War, Japan have industrially Japan have greatly developed in the shipbuilding industry. So that is also because of nationalism. They, whatever the countries where there is a strong sense of nationalism is there, so in that country, technological and industrially they will be highly progressed country. In that field also they will be highly developed. Nationalism, in the sense the country, when the nationalism spirits will develop, then normally the corporations automatically will be led, and these corporations can lead progress. Future progress can be possible when the people will cooperate. Okay, whatever the society, when there is no proper unity, the people will spend all the time in internal feuds, internal problems. So there will be no progress at all. Progress, when it will achieve, when there is a proper cooperation among the people, then automatically the country will progress. Okay, that's why it is saying that nationalism helps in achieving progress. Okay, nationalism, on the other name, cooperation, feeling of oneness. When all these things will sacrificing towards nation. So when all these ideas will be there, you can able to achieve the progress. Next one, democratic base. Nationalism act as a, for every democratic country, whenever the power is vested in the hand of people, then this is very important that sense of strong sense of nationalism should be there. Okay, strong sense of nationalism is very important for and that's why nationalism act as a base for every democratic country. Anti-imperialistic country. Imperialism means whenever the country, one country, when they are occupying the land of other country, that country can be called as imperialism country. Example, Britishers, when we are talking, Britishers, what they have did, they are mainly restricted with England only, they are belong to England, but they came to India and they have occupied our country. So that country is called as imperialistic country. Imperialistic country means one country, when they are occupying the other country's land, when one country is setting up their colonies in other country, then this country can be called as imperialistic country. So nationalism is an anti-imperialistic. The people of nationalism, they fight for their country and they will fight with other countries' people. They do not want any other people should occupy their country, and that's why this feeling is important. Nationalism, this is my country, that is your. That feeling is very important. So that's why it is saying nationalism is anti-imperialistic country. They will not allow the imperialistic country to use our resources. Okay, so nationalism is sentiment is very important. And next one is political stability is very important. If you wanted your political atmosphere should be strong, stability is nothing but strong. If you wanted your political atmosphere to be stronger and there should be a social importance, then nationalism is very important. So children, in this point we have discussed about what are the merits of nationalism. Okay, we will meet you in the next classes, in which we will discuss about what are the demerits of nationalism. Thank you.